Welcome to Oxford Spelling, an Australian research-based whole school program supporting spelling development and best practice classroom instruction. In this short video, we will talk about how to assess using the Oxford Spelling assessment templates to review student work. Assessment templates are provided after every 7 units in Oxford Spelling. We're going to look at an example here from Year 4 that assesses skills developed across Units 15 to 21. Assessment templates suggest reviewing student work. Because the student books cover the content included in each assessment, the completed activities can be used as evidence that students have reached the key learning outcomes. So, to complete this Year 4 assessment, review student work in Units 15 to 21. The first page of the assessment focuses on phonology and whether students can correctly identify the phonemes air, ear, and or. As with all Oxford Spelling assessments, this aligns with the student book activities in the corresponding units. Unit 15 includes 2 activities focusing on 3 of these sounds, air, and while all 5 of these sounds are covered in Unit 16. You can use these activities as evidence for how students are tracking with identifying these phonemes. For a student who is achieving accuracy with these activities, you could add a tick in each column of this assessment. You can also draw upon other writing samples, such as creative writing samples, to see how students are applying this knowledge in their spelling in other contexts. For example, a student who is correctly spelling the AR letter pattern in words like startle and bark in their own writing is showing evidence of correctly identifying the R phoneme. The focus of the next assessment is orthography and whether students can spell various letter patterns for a specified phoneme. Each of the letter pattern sets in this assessment table corresponds to 1 unit's orthography section. For example, Unit 15 covers the listed letter patterns for the phoneme, so you can use the unit's 2 orthography activities as evidence for students' letter pattern spelling knowledge. For a student who has completed these activities with high accuracy, you could give a rating of 2 for this column. As with the phonology assessment, other writing samples could also be used to cross-check how students are progressing or to provide further evidence of their learning. For example, look for other instances of students using the correct letter patterns to represent the phoneme in words like nervous and first. The final part of this short assessment gives a place to track students' morphological skills. The template asks for evidence that students can spell listed suffixes and homophones in various contexts. All suffixes and homophones listed are covered in the corresponding student book units, Units 15 to 21. Reviewing students' answers to the morphology activities in Units 15 to 21 can provide evidence of their progress. For example, Unit 15 includes an activity on the and est suffixes as listed in the first column. For a student who is successfully using these suffixes in this activity some of the time, you could give a score of 1 in this column. Once again, you can also find more examples from other student work, such as creative writing, to see how students are applying this spelling knowledge outside their spelling lessons. For example, look for instances where a student has correctly applied the suffix to write words such as bigger and noisier. For additional support in using the Oxford Spelling assessment templates to review student work, you can download our 2 assessment guides from the Oxford Spelling Teacher Dashboard on Oxford OUL. There is guidance for assessing in Foundation to Year 2 and for assessing in Years 3 to 6. Further videos are available to support use of Oxford Spelling at your school. See you again soon.